This exclusive PDR tool review is brought to you by Dent Trainer, a foundation where you can learn all about paintless dent removal and more. Also brought to you by PDR Tool Time, a podcast all about PDR tools, reviews, tech tips, and stories about the PDR industry.
Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Toledo, bringing you a Spotlight PDR tool review and tutorial. Now, I'm pretty excited about what we're going to bring. Now, the reason why I call it a Spotlight now these days is because if you haven't noticed lately, I've been talking to the tool manufacturers, the tool distributors, anybody that represents the tool themselves here with me. And today I have Dwayne Emerson here, which I'll formally introduced again in just a little bit, but I want to talk about this tool right here, and I'm going to let Dwayne talk about all the details about it. But since the hot boxes came out, this is the machine that actually removes dents from the underside of the panel. It is super exciting. I want to welcome you to Dwayne Emerson. Dwayne, thanks for coming on.
Hi, thanks Mike for having us.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I'm excited about this, man. So how does this sucker work?
Well, technically, all the magic happens inside here. This is developed maybe about a year and a half ago. It's been to kind of market around a year. All the testing is done and gone. Now we're bringing it to the market, and the market shows there is a demand for it. There's been other products out there that says they can stabilize stretched metal, but nothing like this one. Okay, why this one? What's so good about this one? Well, there's 5 patents going into this thing, Mike. 5, okay? And what happens is, just in layman terms, the magic happens then, it shoots out these high frequency pulses through this graphite rod, which is covered in copper, which the pulses travel up this copper, they hit the graphite, and they're like, where do we go now? And so what happens is, when it makes its circuit, its ground, and when it hits the metal, it actually changes everything at a molecular level. And so when you change it, you're stiffening it, you're taking that metal, you're stabilizing the metal, you're strengthening the metal, and this is what makes oil cans and stretched metal just disappear.
Wow. And this is not like electric shock.
No, there's no electric shock. This isn't like some other product where they sit there and you tap on the metal and you're hearing sparks and arcing, and you can compromise the paint. This actually is just like coloring with numbers in the most layman terms. You just rub it on there. You don't got to tap, you don't got to push. You just rub it on there and let the box do the work. But of course, you got to have skills as a PDR tech to do this.
Yeah. So you still got to tap down. You got to look at the reflection.
Yeah, you're still using your light. You're still tapping down. You're still, you're using your light to see where the tool is. I mean, these kind of things are all the same. But these pulses actually push the metal, and it's very, very unique. And we're going to show you this.
Cool. Well, let's get right into it.
All right, so on to a comparison. So we're going to have a tool demonstration of how fast you can actually push it with a tool. Now, naturally, I think personally, if you can get a tool behind it, yes, I would pick that thing all day long doing a tool, because you don't have to set up anything. You can generally go faster, but maybe you're in a mess. Maybe it's stretched. Maybe it's you got some pimples in it, or maybe you just need to clean it up, or maybe you just really will wish to use a power PDR box. But just showing you as a comparison, using a tool versus the power PDR box, Dwayne's actually pushing this crease out pretty decently fast, and it doesn't seem like it's giving him a problem at all. But I want to compare the speeds for you guys. Okay, so it's not bad, and we'll go ahead and show the difference in just a second.
And go. Okay, find my tool. There he is.
That looks like it's going at least the same speed as you were pushing it, maybe a little faster.
Well, we'll find out here. I mean,
Look at that, zip it right up.
I would call that about good. That's 30 seconds, folks.
Tap that down.
That's 30
Oh
seconds.
my gosh, dude.
So basically with the tool and the 25-year tech and the same 25-year tech versus both, I knocked off, what, 25 seconds, something like that, off the time? We're at 55 seconds and 30 seconds. Yeah, there we go. So
I have to say, that's crazy, dude.
I mean, the technology works. It's good. It works. I don't know what to say. Everybody who uses and touches this, they are amazed, just like myself. I amaze myself every day that I'm trying new things on it. Now we're gonna do some demos on a chrome bumper, and now the gas can. So
I don't even know what to say, dude. That is it's crazy, man.
So
But yeah, I mean, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna tap down on the left. You're gonna tap down on the right. On the right side of the crease, the same way. 30 seconds, you got 90% of that up, 95% of that up.
I mean, this, of course, this needs some proper finishing, but this is for demonstration purposes, guys. A lot of guys, you know, we've getting some hate mail on Facebook, and we're just laughing.
Well,
at
I
you
think the
guys.
only thing is that people are afraid to. You have to get rid of the e-coat, but you can always replace it, right? You can just spray it straight back.
Yeah, you
on.
go get some primer, some e-coat. You know, they're $5 or
E-coat.
$6 a can.
Yeah.
We've showed some insurance companies, and they're very excited for us as PDR techs in the PDR industry that we're going to be able to save more panels. And I was talking to one guy in my shop just last week, and I showed him to give him a demo, and he was going, "There's no way." So you mean you guys can save a roof with oil cans instead of having it painted? And I'm like, "Yeah, you can do that." And he goes, "So you guys are just under what replacement cost?" I said, "Yeah, $50." And I said, "Actually, we should be more. Why do we always get pigeonholed to being the cheaper repair?"
When it comes out better.
Yeah, we do the things, we do it better, we do it faster, but we're a cheaper repair. I mean, it's a sad thing to state in our industry, but you know, insurance companies are about corporations, and corporations are about money, and money, they want profits for their shareholders, so thus we get pigeonholed. It's an unfortunate situation, but it is what it is. We have to live with it and move on.
Okay, so now we're gonna do a chrome bumper just demo. Now, I'm gonna show you my version of this. So let's just come on over here. Okay, I really think that this has got huge potential about how to use that power PDR box. So we've got a Dent. Let me just show you. All right, so I circled it, and let me give you an idea of how big it is. Okay, there's a quarter right there, just a little bit bigger than a quarter. All right, just give you an idea of that. Okay. We all know that these chrome bumpers are a little bit tough. They're thicker than the normal steel on vehicles, on the panels. So I'm gonna film it, and again, we're gonna be using this wand right here. And the thing about this is that you're not going to be like pushing it up hard and then trying to like push it out. You let the wand do the work. You let the machine actually do the work through the wand, and you're just kind of just making small circular movements. Now, if you have a crease, you're gonna slide it, just glide it right back and forth. Keep that in mind, because your natural instinct is want to just push against that as hard as you can, or with a little bit of pressure. You don't really want to use any pressure. Let the machine do it. So I'm gonna set this camera up and have it just point directly here, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna set this up. I'm gonna turn the machine on. I'm gonna set it to a certain voltage. More like it's almost twice as much voltage as you need for the chrome. So we're gonna give it a little shot here. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, if you haven't noticed them, it's right here. I'm gonna try to go for the middle. And you can see it. Look, I'm barely touching it. I'm not even hardly pressing on it.
It's a chrome bumper, guys and gals. Just it's working out like you wouldn't believe. I mean, yes, you're gonna probably do a little bit of tapping down, but it works. This is, I personally rather have this all day long with the hot box than the hot box, but that's your guys' opinion about what you want. But I can show you that this does way more quick results. Now, what's the drawback? Everyone's like, well, you got to sand down, you got to take away the e-coat. That's not a big deal to me. If that's going to save me the panel, and I'm sure the customer is going to be okay if it's going to save him the panel and being repainted, and then you can just respray the e-coat, it's not a big deal. Now, if you wanted to go over this, you know, much more in detail, then yeah, you could actually tap this down and then keep going. You know what I mean? So let me take this off that. Let me show you. That's pretty good. I mean, yeah, we got some texture, and it is warm. Okay, it is pretty warm. But other than that, this thing works pretty dang good. And let me just tap it down, see what happens. We'll go from there. That's got a little bit of a crease, like a high spot crease going this way. So let's see. Okay, so we still have a little bit, like little big areas right in this area. You can see it's getting better and better between tapping. Ouch, woo, that sucker's hot. You don't touch that one part. Whatever you do, don't touch that, okay? That sucker's hot. So you just, touching that up a little bit. I'm barely putting any pressure. I'm telling you, I'm not even putting pressure at all. In fact, I'm backing off of it. Now, you could turn it down a little bit, but then you lose its, I would say, I like it a little bit high because I can kind of back off on how sensitive I can make it. I don't want it not sensitive enough. I just wanted to just quickly get the part I'm trying to get the low out of. That looks pretty dang close right there. This gives you an idea of how effective this thing is. I just wanted to do a quick demo for you guys. I'm going to show you guys again what it looks like. Turn that off right here. That's what it looks like with the lines. You guys know how well it look. I mean, how lines can tell you the truth about everything. I mean, yeah, it's not perfect. Dang, look how good that is, okay? Yeah. What dent? All right. Just trying to show you guys there. That's pretty dang good. honestly. Look how in general that's pretty flat. Okay, it has some texture. You could probably go over it. I know you could. I know you good dent guys could do it. Can you sand it? I don't know. Maybe you can polish it. I don't think you can sand it. I don't think you can sand chrome, but maybe sand and polish it. I don't know. I haven't tried that. I haven't gone that far. But I'm just telling you my opinion, my review. This is how it works. I like it a lot. I will show you this demonstration, and what we've got is we got another dent right here, as you can see. Now this is, let me see if I can get this in focus here. This is your typical ding. This is your oversized dent, okay, like a silver dollar, bigger dent. It's a little bit stretched. We're gonna see how that looks and how well we can get that dent out. Now, the drawback, like I said, is removing that E-coat. See that it is removed, but that's not a big deal to me personally. I don't think that's a big deal because you can re-E-coat a panel, and if you can save a panel, it's a win. Also, this does work on aluminum as well. So now we're going to set this voltage up. Just want to give you we're going to click this, the power button. Right, and then there's that one. Just gonna make sure it's not touching anything right now. So just keep it. Oops, we'll just keep it there. Actually, I gotta keep it up like that just for now. We're up at 4. We definitely don't want it past. We don't want it even near there. Okay, for metal, it's twice as low. So I'm thinking probably about. Let's go 2.7. It's about right there, 2.73, and then we're gonna go ahead and try this. Oh, listen, I'm gonna circle it just so you guys know that I'm not tricking anybody. Okay, there's the circle. All right, so I got it grounded. What I mean by grounded is that you got to take the, the ground, and you got to connect it to a bare metal area of the panel. And then you're going to take this wand right here, and we're going to just find where the tip's at, and then I'm going to make a little small rotation in the center. We're going to tighten this up. This is quite a big of a dent, so it goes from basically from here to there. So it's an overstretched dent, okay? So here we go. Okay, so I'm on the right side, and it's already doing its magic. Kind of just lightly, again, I'm lightly just touching this metal. I'm doing little small circles. Look how quickly that metal is shrinking. I'm barely putting any pressure, and it works better on metal panels than it does on the chrome. Yeah, and Ben behind me, he's from Hong Kong, and he's watching in disbelief. He's like, man, all this hard work I've been training PDR, and you show me this? Look at that. You can't tell me you can get that fixed. You can shave that. You can sand that if you wanted to, and then tap down. Just finish it off with a pick. I'm just saying, if this dent was overstretched, which it was a little bit, but can you imagine just doing this dent, tighten it up, and you're done? Pretty good. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's see. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit here. What's 283? It jumped up to 2. I'm gonna set it to like 229. Let's just see if it was just a little bit aggressive here. Let's go less aggressive. Yeah. So I'm doing little small, I'm barely touching the panel. So on a lighter thing, you're gonna get a little bit more smoother. You're not gonna, the wand isn't gonna make as aggressive, like I wouldn't say pushes, but marks in the metal, because it's making on the big one, it made little micro high spots. This one's actually just not as, it's a little bit more softer, like reaction. Find my, there he goes. I'm just going to turn up just a tiny bit more. It was at 232. We're going to bring it up to 248. Now this one's coming out, I think, cleaner. Because I think I was dialing it in a little bit better. I don't think it has anything to do with the size on that one. Look at that. Yeah, it's just not as aggressive. It's not leaving as many high spots in it. Look at that. That is amazing. Now I'm going to answer some questions. You probably think, look at that, I can't even see it in the reflection, the normal reflection. Is it warm? Yeah, it's warm, but not like a hot box. If you use the hot box, it's extremely hot, super fast. You could burn the paint in seconds. This is not, you're not going to be doing that with this. I'm telling you, this is a game changer for you guys who have oil cans that you have access to as of now, and you're going to save the panel. It's really well. Let's just go, let's see if I can get this one cleaned up just a little bit more. Again, I'm not pushing, I'm actually letting it glide across the panel. Very easy. I mean, let's see if I can, yeah. And if you make a high spot, you can tap it down. But look at that. That's amazing. I think it's awesome. Ben, what did you think of that?
This is amazing. You need to skip more steps. Yeah, and it's very easy to finish.
I can't believe how. Look at that. I mean, yeah. Jeez. I mean, that's just seconds right there,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I just slapped 2 big hits with this thing, and you can see this is almost the size of a quarter, about a little bit smaller than a quarter, and you can see how big that dent is. Okay, it's pretty bad. So I'm gonna turn it up again to about, I'm gonna go a little aggressive here, like 265. 265. Let's see what happens, okay? It's not doing too much right now. Up a little bit there. Let's go a little bit. We'll go a little bit higher. Hopefully we don't catch it on fire. We'll get about 287. there it goes. There it starts to move. You see it moving? Huh? It's moving. It's... That would be, it's considered an oil can dent. Okay, that's 2 wax right next to each other. Now to be safe, can you hold that for me? Just to be safe. Where's your tap down? We can just tap this down just a little bit just to make sure. Take that out of here. What we're going to do is release the stress so we can go in there. It's tight, guys. I mean, I just want to let you know too, the metal is super, super tight. It's not flimsy. Okay, so I set it up a little bit there. Going back in with the wand right there. Look at that. Still a little tight inside. I can tell because it does not want to react. The center's kind of giving it a little bit. Probably need to open it up a little bit more around the edge. Right inside of it. I don't care about those little...
Now another tip I would recommend using this is that if you do have a big stretch dent, you want to start from the outside, bring it in, tighten up the metal from the outside so the inside has some metal that it can come into. It's like filling the hole with these type of this type of technique. It's almost like how I teach lines. So it does get a little bit used to. I have to get used to it. I think with the settings and how you use it can vary on the outcome and how it reacts. You see how you release it and it starts shrinking, and it is hot, so you might want to take a cold rag and just make sure it stays steady. But there is absolutely no flimsiness to this panel whatsoever.
Look how tight it is. Look how back to at least manageable to where you can actually work that dent. If you wanted to, maybe tool it. Starting to smoke a little bit. That's a good sign to stop. And then tap down. Look, it's tight, guys. The metal's... I'm proving my point that even the bigger, stretched, whacked dents.
To me personally, one of the most
How's that look
amazing
on
things
camera?
about this is that it looks like it's actually coloring out the dent from underneath. I mean, it's like tracing the line. That's what you're doing. And you also need to be aware that this does get very hot, so you do have to give it a break a little bit. And what I didn't notice when I was watching this clip is when I wasn't looking at the dent and it was cooling off, it was shrinking, getting smaller and tighter. So you do have to give that some time to do that and react like that.
Just tightening up that all the little micro lows in there. It brings up all those little maybe micro lows that you created into a nice sharp high spot that you can actually tap down cleaner and then keep going back and forth to that. And then there you have it. This machine is going to save you your butt. Not necessarily take over what you do as a PDR tech, but you have a nice stretched dent. Maybe you want to keep it the strength in the metal so it doesn't oil can. That's what it's for. Look how tough that is. Yeah, that's gonna happen because I'm anywhere on the panel you do that. Okay, but it's tough. It's not gonna oil can down on you now. Another thing this advantage has is that it's not going to discolor the paint like a hot box will. Don't get me wrong, the hot box has its place. Okay, I'm not putting it down the hot box. All right, I don't want you guys to think it's junk. Honestly, I'd rather invest in this. I think I'll use this more than the hot box. However, the hot box has its place, and if you're good at it, great. I think this you're going to probably have more use out of, and this will probably save you more money than anything else, and time. And I'm just telling you, I'm just going over. That gives you an idea of how well that comes out. Okay, I'm not gonna go over the whole 100%, do a 100% repair, but that's generally straight. That is generally straight. I wouldn't leave it like that. I'd still probably sand it and then tool it, because remember, this is for open access areas. If this is aluminum, it'll still work. So that's a big benefit. So you don't have to buy two separate machines. And then you can actually, if you want to take a sharp tool and just clean it up if you wanted to and knock down. But I think if you get the settings down right on this, it's a win. All right, Dwayne, very impressive. I'm very impressed with this. Of course, we know that at the end, all you have to do is just do some final tap downs and go over it with a couple more passes.
Yeah.
But very impressive, very impressive.
Yeah. I mean, it's a time factor. You're under the gun. You know, I'm out here for just a few hours, and then I get back to Denver, get back to work, and start filling these orders in. And we appreciate the time that you're giving us to actually show this to our industry, and it's this applaud to Mr. Mike Toledo. Thank you very much.
Well, I appreciate you coming out here, but I just want to say, guys, it's going to take some practice too with this. I'm not saying what he did is this very minimal, just quick showing you how to use it, but I think the more things that come out for this, and the more techniques you can build. I mean, spiral applications or pass through with the creases that we were doing, chrome bumpers. We didn't really get a chance to get to the tanks. We'll do that later on down the line, but man, it was pretty impressive. So, and where can they find this, or where can they find this at?
Right now, you can go to our website's going to be up in the next week or so. Right now, we're shooting video to make this happen for the web page and getting over the domain issues. We have a little hiccup on that, but that's not a big deal. So either that, you can go to our Instagram page at PowerPDR. All our contact info is there. You can email me at PowerPDRUSA and at Gmail, PowerPDRUSA@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And ask or messenger me, Facebook me. We answer everybody. If you even have a question about it, call me.
You don't have a price yet, though, right? Or do you?
Pricing? Yeah, the retail pricing in USA is going to be $20.99. It pays for itself after you save one roof. I don't know what to say. Yep. It's one of them things.
You guys gotta try it. Get somebody who has one and try it. So I like it. I like it better than anything I've ever tried as far as a PDR machine thing. So this Power PDR box is definitely something to look into. So.
Well, I mean, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hey, we'll see some more tutorials on this. Check out Dent Trainer. I'm going to be doing a lot of tutorials on this, and we'll probably have some more videos as we go along on YouTube too as well. So Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining Dwayne.
Dent killer, this guy.
Yep, his shirts. So take care. See ya.